We were talking in the comments of one of my videos, and I was talking to an over 40 hard gainer. We were joined in the conversation by another who stated we are all hard gainers, unless we're one of the very few genetically blessed. And I found that I had to agree with him, for none of us go into the gym and train and then come out finding ourselves noticeably stronger or more muscular than when we went in. Fitness progress is often so slow that we can't see the difference from one workout to the next. We may find ourselves having to look back many months or maybe even longer in order to see any noticeable improvement. So when it comes to our fitness, whether we're training at home, using only body weight, or training at the gym, the basics are all the same. That part is simple. But when it comes to us as individuals, we all have our own individual strengths and weaknesses, and it's how we view these that dictates our fitness success. We may all be hard gainers, but we are hard gainers for different reasons, whether it be our height or a ratio of different muscle fiber types, or our muscle and tendon lengths, or insertion locations. Even our nervous system efficiency all can affect how we look and how we respond to exercise. But what's important isn't what we can't change about our bodies, it's what we can. And as we age, the number one challenge usually is managing our body fat levels. But for the traditional hard gainer, it's the opposite. They can't seem to gain a pound. And when they do, it's just a little bit in their tummy. The rest of them stays long and lean. We might feel like they won the genetic lottery, but they feel cursed because not only can they not gain a pound of body fat, but they can't seem to build any muscle either. Our first answer to them is to eat more. An oversimplification of the problem, but basically accurate. It's not just more, but it's more of the right foods too. Because no matter whether you're a hard gainer or not, you need to eat the same macronutrients, preferably from whole food choices, in order to build new muscle. But one of the challenges that hard gainers have with this is that they're picky eaters. Not that they wouldn't like to eat more foods from a wide variety of different sources. It's just not a lot of foods agree with them, and it gives them digestive issues. So if they're serious about building muscle, then they have to experiment to find foods that work without giving them undue discomfort. Those of us who have struggled with losing weight often tend to underestimate the amount of food that we have eaten. Now, the hard gainer, he's the opposite. He tends to overestimate the amount of calories he's taken in. How often have you heard them say, "But I eat a ton of food"? That is where food and calorie tracking comes in. Not only will it tell you the amount of food that you've actually eaten, but it will tell you whether you've eaten the right amount of protein, fats, and carbs. A lot of people find intermittent fasting helps them to lose weight. Fewer, larger meals leaves them feeling satisfied for longer. For the hard gainer though, they are better off eating more frequently to make it easier for them to get all the calories in that they need. And when it comes to training, most hard gainers don't train hard enough. And again, it's not their fault. At some point in time, they were told because they're a hard gainer, they have trouble recovering. So they need to back off on the intensity and frequency of their workouts. But if the issue is recovery, why would you back off on your training? You need to fix the problem. You need to improve your recovery. Fixing your diet is the first step in improving your recovery. Sleep and reducing stress are next on the list. I did a video on how improving your sleep will aid in reducing body fat. And one of the interesting things in this video is the studies showed that people who got less sleep lost more muscle mass than those who got a good night's sleep. Now, stress can be a gains killer, and we can't always get rid of the stresses in our lives, so we need to find ways to better deal with this stress. Everything is so connected. So by exercising and improving our diet, as well as our sleep, we start to reduce the amount of stress that we feel. Which is why it's so important that we keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50. We'll talk to you in the next one.